Greetings, I'm Chevalier and I bid you welcome to this situation and guide to Serbia. Serbia, as I said before, is a somewhat difficult nation to play as. I mean somewhat because, well, if you follow these guides you're gonna be exceptionally fine. Now, let's go and delve into the first options here. Your first primary target is to become the HRE Emperor. The HRE member, then the HRE Emperor. Pretty much just going one step ahead. So, to this, you might want to have a CB against Bosnia quite fast, and you already have a CB against Bosnia for the mission. You can attack them and take either Tarnuvia, Hum, or Bosnia and Kaji. It's up to you, but you need to have a country that is Catholic, so you can perhaps switch to Catholic quite fast. While you do this, improve relations with Austria, with Hungary, and with Poland, and see whatever alliances stick. An alliance with Hungary is the best option right here, and it's the most doable one. That will, if you get some more troops, you're gonna be able to get an alliance with Hungary. Remember that if you really want to get alliances, you'll need a ship power as well, so you might want to build another galley or two galleys, so that will allow you to get the alliance faster, because it's gonna take into account the ship strength as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna take into account. Also, it's gonna take into account the fact that you are feel threatened by the Ottomans, which is even perfect. Right, so an alliance with these guys is doable and it's advisable. It's advisable. It's a must. Like, I'm not gonna say it's advisable because it's a must. You're gonna be able to attack Venice with their help. Although, keep in mind that Venice might get an alliance with France or with England. At that point in time, a restart is recommended. Just keep that in mind as well. Just restart the game. You're not gonna be able to do anything. I've seen it before when I played Wallachia. I'm bragging about, but yeah, I've played Wallachia. I have a really cool strat, and I wanted to attack Venice, and I had an alliance with France, and I had an alliance with Austria. So like, yeah, I couldn't hold. France had too many troops, and I eventually lost. Yeah, pretty annoying stuff. I had to restart a campaign long ago, but yeah. Sorry about rant. So, Bosnia, take Tarnuvia, take Hum, take Dalmatia. Another option is to take Albania as well. I don't recommend it. You're gonna have Ottoman core in your hands, which the Ottomans might want to recover, which is gonna be quite problematic. At the same time, you're gonna have Venice land that the Venetian. Sorry, they have a Venetian core as well that the Venetians want to take as well. So those two are the things that you might not want to do. Another option here is to straight up attack Venice with a claim here on Dures. It's possible in this patch, although that might be problematic if you don't have an alliance with this. If you take this, you'll want to take Dalmatia as well. It's gonna cause some friction there. It's doable. I'm not gonna say it's not doable, but it's somewhat problematic. If you take Dalmatia, try to move your capital here, because that will allow you to switch your train out to Venice, and you're gonna be able to gain some cash there. Some cash, and I'll say some cash there. It might be better. Yeah, it's gonna be better than Ragusa anyway, but let's try to switch to Venice. Other than this, there's nothing much more to say for the initial steps. Straight out attack in Venice, it's the difference between Bosnia and Serbia. Oh, it's not the difference, but it's a difference in the fact that you're not gonna have a claim on Venice, and that's gonna increase the overall aggressive expansion. It's gonna be problematic. It's a little bit harder, but it's still doable without taking Bosnia and without taking Tarnuvia and Hum. Oh, you can take. It's gonna be 15, it's too much. But yeah, doable, and you'll be able to traverse the troops around Hungary. Another option is to ally Austria and attack Venice as well, although in this patch Austria really rivals Venice anymore, so it's gonna be highly improbable. Now, let's say that the war against Venice is over, you have taken Dalmatia, you'll want to switch to Catholic. If you moved your capital to Dalmatia, I would recommend actually lowering unrest here. That will lower the autonomy, that will increase the unrest, and because it's your capital, if you want to switch to Catholic by converting and having the maintenance at 0 for the missionary, that will allow you to spawn conversion rebels basically, and that can be done as well. Can be done. Sometimes it might not work. If you have separatism, it might not work as well. Problems after problems after problems. Although it's doable. I'll say it is doable and it can be done. Now, once you have taken Dalmatia, you should have the alliance and the improved relations with Austria to join HRE. And GG. You're part of the HRE, you're safeguarded against the Ottomans, and now it's really easy. It's basically a boxing game. Moving to Italy and try to focus on keeping Italy into the HRE by taking Verona, Treviso, Friuli, Romana, Urbino, Ancona, Umbria, and Roma. This will allow you to keep Italy into the HRE, and once you become the HRE emperor, you're gonna gain more points that way. Other than this, you'll want to take Venetia for yourself as well, and that will give you a decent chunk of trade power into Venetia. At the same time, Ferrara is also nice because you're gonna gain a decent chunk of trade power into Venice. Taking all over these lands is gonna be tricky, and it's gonna be done in multiple wars. Keep that in mind. And to some degree it's gonna be difficult if Venice gets an alliance with one of the big guys. But taking out the papal state may be problematic because they might also get an alliance with Castile. Plenty of problems there, but usually things like this do not happen. They happen in the off chance that somebody actually rivals the papal state. For example, Aragon rivals the papal state and they get an alliance with Castile because they have the same rivals, or with France goes the same way. Those kind of things result in them getting an alliance with one of the big guys. So becoming a HRE member, taking Dalmatia shall take you about 10 years with an instantly declaration of war against Venice after you fabricated a claim on a duress here. It should take you 7 to 8 years, I'll say, to take all of this. Remember that they have quite a number of forts and quite a number of vassals and allies, so taking Dalmatia is going to be quite problematic. You might want to give Istria to Hungary and take Dalmatia for yourself. Keep that in mind as well. So, taking Dalmatia, then I recommend a war against the Papal State for Ancona, Urbino, and Romana. That are gonna give you a decent chunk of territories that have a decent amount of development. Remember that this is gonna lower your overall admin points, so that is not gonna allow you to gain techs that fast. But keep that in mind if you want to go for a military idea. This is quite nice, simply because you'll have time to actually boost up your military tech up to level 6 or to once you go over the once you have the what's it called, this modifier here for being ahead of time, basically. Forgot the name there. So once you've taken lands from Papal State, just take this tree here. Another option that you can do is to go all the way to Rome. I know it's tricky and you're gonna pay what 28 more points for Rome because you're not gonna have the claim and you're gonna play the Diplo points as well. That will allow you to convert yourself to Catholic really fast, 1, and 2, allow you to fabricate claims on Aragon quite fast as well. But remember that taking this, and this straight away is gonna perhaps cause some issues with the coalitions. So keep that in mind, and if you want to do this, try to improve relations with the small guys in Italy because they're gonna be the most upset there. So let's say that you have taken these lands, which I recommend, all the way to Rome. It's gonna be troublesome, but it's doable. If not, just go for this. You have switched to Catholic. 25 years have passed. It's 1470. This should be the timetable for this. I mean, the war in Dalmatia, the war in Rome, quite a few problems there. You're not gonna be in troubles, any defensive wars, but you're gonna be in offensive wars, and that's gonna grind down your manpower, and you're gonna have a aggressive expansion. So you're gonna have to wait for a decent chunk of time. Now, attacking Aragon is the next target here. Try to ally with Aragon enemies, in this case Castile and Genoa. Genoa should be doable. Castile is gonna be a little bit more hard, yeah, quite a lot harder. But if you have the same rival as they have in relation to Max, it should be doable. So next option, attack Aragon. Attack Aragon and take, basically I would say that Calagri is the best option here to take. If you have the second idea, which you should have by now, 1470, if you have the spare Diplo points, no, it's gonna be too late. No, it's not possible. So you're gonna have to take Calagri, then fabricate another claim on Aragon and take Alicante. It's possible though to straight out attack Castile if you have a good alliance there, by attacking one of their allies. Though keep this in mind, if they get the Iberian wedding, they're gonna be even more troublesome. But that is gonna come with more advantages. That means that you're gonna perhaps straight away be able to take the Canaries and stop them from going to the New World. So keep that in mind as well. But the standard route would be to take Alicante or the Balnearas. For them, most like Alicante, because it's gonna give you better approach, and not better approach, a little bit more range on coring stuff in the Canaries there. So once you have taken the Alicante, make sure that you have a claim against Castile and Murcia, or Murcia, whatever you want to call it. Then attack Castile. Now, to attack Castile, you need an alliance with France here. Most likely either with France or England. They will have an alliance with Portugal, most likely. So one of the two options here is France, England, or Aragon, and all of these two. This is doable if you actually kill the rivalry that you have between Aragon and yourself, and that will allow you to actually ally them if you have the same enemies. Can be done, depends on the situation here, and depends if you want to spend the points. It should be done only if you don't have the necessary amount of allies to kill Castile. In the meantime, between these wars here, continue taking lands from Venice and taking lands from Rome. At the same time, take lands from Bosnia, Ragusa as well. Ragusa might have to be attacked if they're attacked through one of their allies, so that you're gonna avoid the guarantee by the Ottomans there. So I would say that by the 1500s you should probably have all of Bosnia, Dalmatia, have kept Italy, the HRE, and also reach the Canaries, basically the entry point into the New World. That should be done by the 1500s. If it's done later than the 1500s, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for you to actually get over to a New World, because most of those important nodes, basically the Caribbean is gonna be taken by either Castile, Portugal, France, England. If you saw my Teutonic campaign, you'll see that by the 1540s or something like that, these guys have already reached, if I go for a small TI, that's DJ, they have reached this area here, have taken quite a decent amount for the New World, at least the entry points in the New World that are more important, the Caribbeans for example, and Portugal as well. Although they haven't reached the Incas, and I have reached the Moeda myself, but this is a rant about my other campaigns. But yeah, they should be done by the 1500s. Now, for the main game here, it's time for you to focus against the Ottomans. Now, your primary focus was for the New World because you need a cash. In this patch you need a cash to maintain a decent amount of armies and pay for improvements, etc., to build a more centralized empire. Now, the Ottomans, if they haven't actually expanded that much, if they're expanded quite heavily into the Mamelukes, I recommend attacking them right away with the help of Austria and Hungary, which can be done. If you have the necessary favors with Austria, they're going to join you against the Ottomans, and Hungary is going to join you if you province them Veden. So it can be done. Also, Poland might join you if they do not have a rival in Hungary and you ally them, and that can be done as well. With this, I recommend taking your core back of Skopje and then taking Macedonia. Macedonia should be taken because you want to actually release Macedonia as release Macedonia as Byzantium, so you can actually feed lands from Byzantium back. Remember that Constantinople is going to have a huge amount of development, and that's going to be good. Then, pretty much standard fight against the Ottomans, bit by bit, whittle the Ottomans down. I don't recommend doing this right away, because it's more important for you to focus on the New World, if you want to go for the New World route. If you don't want to go for the New World route, focus on the Ottomans earlier on. But remember that getting trust with these guys is going to be 1 point every 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 point every 5 years. Because you are quite small, and that's gonna be a bunch of problems there. And yeah, other options there for the mid game: continue attacking into Aragon and Castile, focus on Aragon and taking the Genoa trade node into your position and switching your main trade to Genoa and taking care of Seville as well, that you're gonna be able to push trade from the New World with somewhat ease. Remember that you can somewhat use Castile as a cow, basically, to milk them for colonies. If you really want to do this, you can actually have Castile make some to colonize some of these regions here. Then you make a colony there, or have one province there that is part of your culture. So basically, that is Serbian. Then when the nation is raised, even if they have more nations that are part of the Spanish group or English group, whatever, from whomever you took those lands, they're gonna become part of the Serbian group and they're gonna have the same culture as you. You're gonna gain some bonuses on relations there, and they're gonna be a little bit more easier to keep in check. Other than this, there's nothing much more to say. Now, for the more, let's say, out of the box stuff, by this I mean the highly unlikely stuff, you can become the Hungarian Emperor and have the Burgundian inheritance fire on your side. Although this is going to be problematic because your Orthodox and it's going to be a little bit hard for you to switch to Catholic by the time that the Bulgarian inheritance will fire, so that's problematic as well. Also, another things that can be, also you have to be careful, the Iberian wedding, that's gonna be a really let's say hard thing to counter if it happens earlier on, I say by the 1560s. That's gonna be really hard for you to counter, and it's gonna stop you from going to a new world. You might need more allies, perhaps France and Austria at the same time, so you can attack Castile there. Other stuff here, there's nothing much more to say. The expansion is gonna be really hard. You're small, you're insignificant, you're blocked in the north by Hungary, you're blocked in the east by the Ottomans, you're blocked in the south by Aragon, so you can expand, but the expansion is gonna be really slow, so keep that in mind as well. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, comment, like and subscribe. This was part 2, the expansion guide of Serbia, and I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.